Well, we've got this is going to be a tough trip for us, so we've got to make sure that we're mentally ready for it, ready to play for it. But I think we are. You know, like that's a tough way to end a game. We'll carry that with us for 2 days and then make amends when the puck drops.
And looking at a matchup against the Oilers, obviously you know what they're all about. You saw them not too long ago, but what do you look at with the first matchup here on the trip?
It's the same idea. I mean, you're going to have to play 60 minutes against that team. They did it to New York last night. Went in down 3-1 in regulation. So they've got the firepower to open up a game at any point in time. But you play your game right, you're going to get your opportunities at their end. So. The team, I think both teams are built, they can score goals. They got people in their lineup that can do that, but defense is the key piece to this.
Looking at the schedule, do you prefer playing, because you only play those guys twice a year.
Yeah.
Nice to play them kind of within a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to play back-to-back in the Western Conference, right, which is too bad, because I think that is kind of almost the untapped marketing plan in the National Hockey League, are back-to-back games with the teams. I think they're great. Even if you played 2 on the road in the same building, I think that builds a 6-period rivalry. You'd love to do it. But in terms of prep time, it's always better when you're coming off a game because it's topical and you can use the video from that game and the guys remember it. So we like to go back at them again, yeah.
Any update on Sasha?
Yeah, he won't start the trip with us. He's not getting on the plane with us, but the moment he feels ready, we'll get him on the trip.
And is that something doctor's orders, or is it just?
Yeah, he's seen all the people he needs to see. It is precautionary as well. I don't think precaution is the right word. We just don't want to put him on an airplane with where his illness is at right now. We think in a couple of days it clears up. We're hoping. That way he won't be contagious and we can get him back in the lineup.
Is the thought probably Vancouver or hopefully?
You know what, it's just one of those things I don't know the answer to, because if he's, no fever in a couple of days, he's feeling good, he'll be on a plane. If it takes 2 more days than that, we'll wait. And if he can't get it to break at all, then we'll see him when we get back home.
And obviously some changes with him out of the lineup. Nick Cousins played with Ben and Tkachuk already before.
Yeah,
what do you like about that trio?
Well, I thought they had played pretty well together. It also lets us balance. You saw Luosterainen go back into the middle. Back-to-back 5 games on the road. We're going to need 4 lines that can play, and we know Lusty can play in the middle. So everybody that Lusty plays with plays well. So we get him in the middle there with Heppo, and he's a smart hockey player, and I think he and those 3 guys should be good.
And a great opportunity for Lundy as well, with 2 high-scoring wingers on his wings on that second line.
Yeah, I mean, that line had some chances last game, and then they had some things they got to clean up for sure at both ends. So we're going to need that line because it has the bulk of our kind of game experience and skill level there. They're going to have to be real good.
And Heppo has become the go-to call-up for this team. So how do you like how quickly he just inserts himself?
That's why. I mean, he is a player that you could put into any hole in your top 12, and you know exactly what to expect from him. He's an incredibly bright player, but he competes on those pucks. I know he's not the biggest guy, but I don't care. If he fights hard enough, he's so smart that he's going to make good things happen. He just, for a guy that's a call-up, a lot of times they come up and they play safe, and he's smart enough that he can play a safe game, but he makes plays. If he's under pressure and there's a play to be made, he's still going to try to make that play. So I like that. Almost that confidence, that fight in him. To get to the National Hockey League, a guy his size has to do everything right every night, every practice, and there's something there that you can, from a coaching point of view, you just love those guys.
And there seems to be a real trust level.
I do. I mean, I didn't know the player. I'd heard about him. He got into training camp. We moved that man all over the ice. We played him a whole bunch of games, and even back-to-back, and we just ran him right into the ice in the first 6 games, and he has got a lot of fight in that dog. I like those kind of guys, right? Your whole team can't be skill and stars, and I know he's not a banger, but he's got a lot of fight in his game.
Thank you.